LCI's Open Mic Night hosted by Leadership 15. We hope you enjoy the show. Welcoming to the stage is Chuck Johnson doing comedy.
You said comedy there, but I'm actually going to do a bit of the Nutcracker Ballet for you guys, so get ready for that. If you're wondering about pajamas, I am too. Today's been kind of a blur for me, so I'm not really certain myself. There's two muffins in an oven, right? One muffin turns to the other muffin and says, "Sure it's getting hot here, isn't it?" Other muffin looks back at him and says, "I'm talking muffin." Okay, that was good reception, I'm glad. Not a rough crowd. Does anyone in here work? Yeah. All hands up. What do you do back there?
Oh, I'm a teacher.
A teacher?
Yeah.
Wow, would have never have guessed that one. All right. So does anyone have any tics when they get nervous? Cracking your knuckles, stretching a lot. You want to know what mine is? I get really gassy when I'm nervous. It's very unfortunate. It's been like that ever since I can remember. I'll be up trying to give a presentation for class, and I'll try to be sneaky about it. Like I'm kind of doing that little hip thing that people do sometimes, trying to give it, path of least resistance out. That's the one God sent about it, is that they're silent, but they're deadly. There'll always be one kid, unfortunate sucker, in the back of the class looking around. He's terrified. Is there a gas leak? It smells bad. It's not good. If any of these jokes have put you off, this upcoming line, if it offends anyone or kind of makes someone second guess what they're doing watching a 16-year-old do stand-up, I'm sorry, but this is a sincere question. Has anyone here ever done weed? Smart, don't answer that. I haven't, and some people might find that a little bit hard to believe. Now, if you're nice, then you won't know what I'm talking about, but if you're not so nice, then you might. And don't sugarcoat it, because I'm not going to. I have a very unfortunate face. I don't recall the age that my face decided to pull a Napoleon Dynamite, but it did, and y'all have to deal with that now. As anyone that needs to lift their forehead up to open their eyes all the way can testify to. It's not a good time. But to get a little bit on the more serious side here, I don't think last year was a good year for anybody. It wasn't a great year, at least. I failed out of Math 10-1 last year in grade 10. So this year I'm in grade 11, and I'm in Math 10-3. Now, there's nothing wrong if you need to be in a 10-3 class. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we're shooting straight, it's not the most prestigious thing, and especially for grade 11. So I walk in first day of the semester, and I'm a little apprehensive. I'm a little nervous. I'm at least 1-2 years older than everyone else in the class. And I sit down, second to back row, trying to keep a low profile. And I sit down, and no joke, 30 seconds within me sitting down, the person sitting in front of me. "Are you high?" You should have heard what this response in my bloody mind said. "No." "Are you sure?" "Yep." "Prove it." "How?" "Open your eyes as wide as possible." My Napoleon Dynamite looking butt almost walked out of the class right then and there. It's true, I've never smoked weed, never done edibles, anything like that. But I know plenty of people that do, and if you do, then to each their own. That's your right. But I like to ask them about their stories. I like to talk to them about this sort of stuff. First times, sort of thing. And if you talk to someone about their first time doing edibles, it's very common, very similar stories. They always go along the same lines as, "I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I'm going to do another. Oh, take me to the hospital. No." It doesn't seem like a good time to me. With all that being said, I think I have an experience that is comparable to any of those. On a related subject, has anyone ever taken laxatives? So, as I pull this up here, I was trying to think of like what medium would best serve this story. This is a true story, happened to me, very, very personal and upsetting. And I was just going to tell a straight up story like I have. But you know, it's like an artsy thing tonight. You know, I've got to be cultured about it. So I wrote a poem. Sorry. I remember with horror that day in December, having had eaten a bean burrito before. To Shoppers Drug Mart I went. I plundered the aisles, seeking to even the score. My bowels were plugged. I prayed for relief, but I got, oh baby, much more. In a chocolate disguise, I found my hero. X-Lax, extra strength, eat 2 squares, no more. How my heart was vexed, how I hungered so, how that chocolate hit the right spot. Young and naive, I ate it all. I loved it, my booty did not. In the car silently, I rode with my mom, holding back my ungodly brew. I said abruptly, I can't take this, pull over. Yes, now, that superstore will do. As I rushed through the aisles, soaked in sweat, I waddled through the butcher, and I knew in my heart, yes I knew, that my gut was through, waiting for permission. In that moment of weakness, the deli section was painted in blue. So that's a true story. Thank you for your time, and I will hand it off to the MC here.